Ever since his father passed away, 17-year-old Ryan had felt like a stranger in his own home. The once warm and loving house had grown cold, and it wasn't just because of grief, it was because of them. His stepmother, Clara, had always pretended to be kind while his father was alive, but as soon as he was gone, her mask slipped. She no longer hid the way she favored her own children, 16-year-old Megan and 14-year-old Jake. At first, it was small things. Ryan's laundry wasn't done. His meals were smaller. His room was the only one that remained uncleaned. But soon, the bullying escalated. Clara took control of his father's finances, cutting off his access to anything his father had left him. "You're not my responsibility," she told him one evening when he asked about his college savings. "Your father didn't make any arrangements for you. If you want to go to college, figure it out yourself." Megan and Jake followed their mother's lead, treating Ryan like an unwanted guest. They took his things without asking, deleted his assignments from the shared family computer, and made fun of him whenever he was around. They'd take his food when he wasn't looking, leaving him to go hungry some nights. One afternoon, Ryan came home to find his room empty. His books, clothes, and even his bed were gone. "Oh," Megan said sweetly, twirling a strand of her blonde hair. "Mom thought you didn't need your own room anymore, so we turned it into a storage space. You can sleep in the basement." The basement was damp, cold, and smelled of mildew. Ryan clenched his fists but knew better than to argue. He had no one to defend him. But Ryan was not weak. He had been his father's son, a man who believed in justice and resilience. He knew he had to fight back, but not with anger, with patience. He started gathering evidence. He recorded conversations where Clara admitted to withholding his inheritance. He took pictures of his destroyed room, the bruises from Jake's shoves, and the cruel messages Megan sent him. He kept a detailed journal of every incident. Then he made a call. Not to the police. Clara had connections and would likely twist the story. He called his father's old lawyer, Mr. Thompson. The man had always been fond of Ryan and agreed to meet him in secret. When Ryan presented the evidence, Mr. Thompson's expression darkened. "Your father did leave you something," he said. "Clara has been lying." With legal action in place, it wasn't long before the truth unraveled. Clara was exposed for misusing Ryan's inheritance, and a court ordered her to return everything she had stolen. Not only that, but she was charged with neglect and financial fraud. Megan and Jake, now humiliated and without their mother's protection, had no choice but to stop their bullying. Without their stolen wealth, they were forced to face the consequences of their actions. Ryan, now free from their cruelty, moved into a small apartment using the funds rightfully his. He continued his education, knowing that he had won not just his freedom, but justice for his father's memory. And as for Clara, Megan, and Jake, they were left to struggle in the very house they had tried to turn into Ryan's prison.